Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your Spiritual Revolution guidance reading for the month of Virgo. So this is your month. Happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. I'm wishing you all the best for this month. And there's a lot going on. So Virgo month is from August 22nd until September 22nd. And we are in the middle of the eclipse portal right now. We just had the solar eclipse, and now we're moving into the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces with the sun in your sign on August 27th. And what this eclipse has been all about is really clearing away the old so that we are able to embrace the new and embark on our true, authentic path, unencumbered by anything that has been holding us in patterns of repeat. And this lunar eclipse is going to bring clarity for the next step in your path. However, expect the unexpected, because with this this full moon, we have a square. Both the moon and the sun are squaring Uranus. And this is the planet of unpredictability, of revolution, of disruption. And it's, I think, going to throw a curveball into a lot of our plans. And Virgo, I know you don't love that. I know you love to have things in order, in in a structured, detailed kind of outlook. And I don't want to take anything away from that, because I think the big picture is still pretty much the same. But the next step is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a little unexpected, a little unpredictable. So pay attention to whatever signs you're getting with that lunar eclipse. And then on September 10th, we have the new moon in Virgo in your sign. So this is a great time for you to plant your seeds for the future. Like, what are you manifesting? What do you want your next year to be? And really think about that, especially with this Uranus energy, because on this new moon, Uranus is going to be stationing retrograde. So it's really giving us a chance to reflect on the curveballs that are being thrown our way, and this unpredictability, all this, wild energy, this chaos that we've been experiencing, and to really figure out, okay, where are we going? What does the future hold? And then I want to talk about September 17th as well, because on this day, Chiron, which has been stationing retrograde, and Chiron is it's the wounded healer. This is our deepest soul wound collectively. And it's been retrograding in Taurus, and on September 17th, we'll be entering Aries. And for the next 6 months or so is really going to be asking us, like, are we clear on who we are? Are there any wounds around our identity and who we, like, our truth and who we're presenting as, that needs to be ironed out? And so those themes are definitely going to be present throughout this month as Uranus is shifting, as Chiron is shifting, and as we have, some earth energy kind of trying to ground everything that has been happening over the past month. Well, the past few months, to be honest. I think this entire year, but in particular, this past month with this eclipse. Okay, so the chakra that you are being called to connect with this month is your solar plexus. And this is about your gut instincts, the lion. So we're leaving Leo season, but this Leo energy is still continuing. We have Jupiter in Leo for the next year about, and I think till July of 2027. And so we still have a lot of Leo influence, and your gut instinct. So your intuition, your knowing, your sensing, your trust. So really reconnecting to that inner knowing that you possess, and trusting it, because Virgo, you're really great at reading the room, at reading a situation, at paying attention to the details, right? Like, not much escapes your critical eye. You know when things are amiss, and you know when things are in alignment, and you're really being called to connect to that inner knowing and to really trust it for this month. Okay. Your other overarching themes for the month of Virgo, for your birthday month, is Mars in Taurus, which is defense, and Jupiter in Capricorn, which is control. Okay, so this is like actually a lot of earth energy. We have Mars in Taurus and Jupiter in Capricorn. So these energies trine your energy. This is all very, like earth element and defense and control. So this tells me that there are, potentially going to be things that are coming up for you this month where you're going to feel the need to defend yourself and to maintain control over a situation, maybe your behaviors. I think, kind of what I was talking about at the beginning with these patterns, these cycles of behaviors or subconscious beliefs and things like that that tend to come up when we are being triggered or when we are out of alignment. And are there some tests coming to you this month? It seems like there might be. And in terms of like defense, there's the sense of being defensive, but then there's the sense of like the best offense is a good defense to make sure that you're kind of invincible, like that you can't be messed with, that you have this, armor in place in case any attacks come your way. And I think that maybe that's what that's referring to, like not necessarily that you are going to be put on the defensive, but that you have felt that this need to build up a defense, a preemptive defense for any potential attacks that could be coming your way. So that's interesting. We'll get some more details on that. And then also the control. So, and, control is a Virgo theme. You love to control a situation. You kind of always know what's best for everyone else in their lives, and you give really good advice that people don't always necessarily take. But the lesson for you, Virgo, is really to focus on what is in your control and to let everything else go. If there's anything that falls outside of your sphere of control, it's not really for you to worry about. And I know that that can be hard because there is this tendency to want to take care of everything that you see needs taking care of, but it's not all for you. So that's kind of what's coming through for me on that. But let's dive into it. Let's get some more details for you. And if you are here, if you find yourself watching this video, it is because you are aware that there is a spiritual war going on, and humanity is caught in the middle of the light and the dark. I'm just going to get all these cards here. I think, yep, that's all of them. You are aware that humanity is caught in the middle of the light and the dark, and you are being called to be part of the spiritual revolution in this battle. So let's see what messages are here for you. And I want to make sure that I've got these in the right order. So I'm just connecting to these energies. Okay, these two need to be flipped like this. Okay, I have them face down right now. Okay, so this is the energy that you're bringing into this month. And this is your outcome energy. Okay. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the energy that you're bringing into your month, into Virgo season. And we have the King of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, and these feel like pretty similar energies, like it's kind of doubling down here, but let's connect to this, because I think, the fact that we have two figures here as well this is telling me that this is not only your energy that is coming into this month, but also of the person that is closest to you. So this can be in your relationship, in your family, this can be a business partnership, but this is this is basically like your soulmate, and it doesn't, soulmate doesn't have to be romantic. This is your ride or die. This is the person that you really trust, that you have been working with over the past month specifically. Could be longer, probably is longer, but the energy that you are bringing into this, it's very aligned. And so we have the Emperor and the King of Swords. And this is very strategic. This is very like thoughtful, intellectual. This is energy where you have been putting plans into effect, where you're getting all the game pieces together and the board is set up and you're ready to start playing. That's really what's coming through. So whether you've been working on a project with this person, you're going to launch a business with this person, or you're starting a relationship, or you're taking a relationship to the next level, whatever that looks like. Perhaps you are, moving. I don't know, I just got a vision of like selling a house and buying a new house, and, or, something along those lines, where there is a lot of planning and paperwork and figuring out, not only the finances, but if there are children involved, like, how is this going to affect them? Like, it's back to school time. So there's a lot of, things that need to be sorted out there. I'm just getting this sense that there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that have needed to been organized and written down and sorted out and planned. And that's exactly what you have been doing. And so there's a lot that has been weighing on you, but you have been carrying it, because the two of you guys are, and it could be more if we're talking about a business, but it really feels like a solid partnership between two people. And the two of you guys have been really supporting each other and sharing the mental load, sharing the emotional load. It's feeling pretty balanced for the most part. And you've been really, really hard at work. And that's the energy that's being brought into Virgo season. And the energy that you have this month, what you are being called to, is the Nine of Cups. And this is really a sense of calm and peace and feeling like, okay, it's been taken care of. So all of this planning, all of this strategy that you've been putting into place has really been like, it's going to work out. Everything is going to work out. And, there can always be some hiccups here and there, but overall, you're going to feel like, okay, we did a really good job. That went through pretty smoothly. Everything has been taken care of, and we can rest a little bit, like the hard work is kind of behind you for this month, for your birthday month, which is great because you can really enjoy the moment and celebrate. And I just keep getting pulled back to this idea of children going to a different school, and they're okay, they're great, they're having fun, they're finding their groove. And that is a very specific energy that I am connecting to. So if that's you, that's your message. But for the general, because this is a general reading, it really feels like, everything is in order and being taken care of. And what I'm being drawn to in this card is the sandcastle. So the sandcastle, the home, the project, whatever it is, it has been built, and you can see that it's strong enough that the sand is balancing all of these 9 cups on the castle itself. And that is really a testament to this foundation that's been built. Again, whether this is relationship, family, or business. And that foundation is solid enough to hold everyone's emotions. The cups is about emotions. It's about your feelings. And there is a lot of feelings that come with big change. And, there's a lot that you need to process and ride, as everything unfolds. And once you have a moment to kind of pause because all the work has been done, that's when the emotions of the process itself catch up with you, and you could start to feel, a little bit heavier, or that there's something that needs to move. And just know that the foundation that you have, the structure that is put in place, is going to be able to hold everything. And this month should be relatively calm and peaceful. And then the energy that you'll be leaving Virgo season with, your birthday month, is we have the Fool and we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so with this, it's like it's a new start. So you've gone through all of this change, all of this planning, and now you're enjoying the moment. And now you're going to be ready for the next thing. So it's like this is bringing an opportunity for freedom. There's like liberation here. There's a sense of adventure. There's a sense of, okay, what is this next step? Where is this bringing me? And I think that this goes back to the lunar eclipse and expect the unexpected. And what is the message coming through? Because you can't plan everything. And I'm being brought back to this card of control. That where the universe is going to bring you on your next steps here after this month is something a little bit unexpected that you didn't necessarily foresee or you didn't plan for. But you're going to approach it with the sense of adventure. Like, oh, you know what? That actually sounds really fun. That does feel aligned. That does feel like I should be going in that direction instead of maybe the way that I thought I was going to go. And so that's pretty exciting. And, really am looking forward to you finding what that next phase looks like. And the other card that you have for the end of this month is the Two of Pentacles, which is really about balance. And it's about this partnership. Like it feels like it's kind of echoing this. And so this partnership that you have that you're coming into this month is going to continue, even with this new venture or this new direction. And what you will need to keep in mind is that any partnership is a balancing act. You know, there's two people, there's two directions, there's two visions potentially, and you could be aligned. However, there is always the opportunity for things to become, apologies for that. There could be the opportunity for things to become misaligned or a little bit disconnected. So it's going to be really important for you to continue to connect with this partner and ensure that you guys are on the same page, because what you were thinking yesterday might not be what you're thinking the next day, especially with all of this Uranus energy that's happening. And I would suggest, having regular check-ins to be like, okay, are we on track with this curveball that was thrown our way? How are we going to approach this? What is this going to look like? And to maintain that open dialogue so that you can continue in this incredibly aligned manner that you have been. And that feels like that could bring up, some conflict, some friction, some reason to feel like you have to go on the defense. But I think what you guys will really benefit from is building your defense together and knowing that you are on the same team, you're on the same side of the army or whatever, however you want to look at it, and that you guys being strong together is part of that best defense. And really listen to your intuition, into your instincts as you're going through this process, because it does feel like there's going to be some change, some opportunity for a new direction. And let's get a final message here for you, Virgo. Okay. Oh, you have two. All right. So you have full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. And balsamic moon, a time for healing. Okay. So I want to start with the balsamic moon, a time for healing, because it feels like this is very much connected to this Nine of Cups. And that Nine of Cups was about peace and having a calm moment and being able to, like I said, support these emotions that are coming through this month. And it's a time for healing. There's been a lot going on. This year has been incredibly busy, chaotic. There's a lot of energy, especially with these eclipses, that you might be feeling. And this is a time for healing. We have returned to your month, your element, earth, right? We can finally feel some grounding with all this fire and air that's happening in the cosmos currently. And this is really a time for you to reconnect to yourself, connect to your partner, and breathe. That's really what it felt like to me. Like, take a deep breath and allow everything to kind of move through you. You have to feel it in order to heal it. And this feels like a moment for you to heal and for you to look at the bigger picture. So with this unexpected energy that's coming in, if you're like, well, this is totally a curveball. It's taking me off this path, and you feel like this urge to control the situation. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and see how the universe is still keeping you in alignment. Full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is really about trusting the universe, about surrender to the divine plan, and your connection to your faith and your belief in the higher power. And, perhaps this is a time to reconnect to that. And rather than always intellectualizing things and looking at things from, the practical perspective, to bring a little bit of more spirituality and trust in the overall plan and the bigger picture. So I'm going to leave it there for you. I'm going to leave it at that. Trust your instincts, connect to yourself, and connect to your partner. I hope something in this message resonated for you. If it did, drop a like, a share, subscribe, do the things that help the channel, and let me know that this resonated for you. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonated, drop the rest. If you want to go deeper and see how these energies are affecting you specifically, I do personal readings as well. My information is down below. And thank you so much for being here with me this month. I'll see you in the next one.